Hi, everybody. Regina Roberti, founder of Life Transformation Solutions, certified holistic health coach, and sleep specialist here. I'm going to do a series of videos, about 4 of them, on how sleep deprivation and poor sleep quality significantly impacts mental health. This is video 1. And so there are some things that don't receive as much attention when people are talking to their doctors regarding sleep deprivation or poor sleep quality. And I just wanted to address them here because I think that these things are really important to understand from a personal perspective so that you can better support yourself and be an advocate for yourself when discussing stuff with your doctors about trying to get sleep again. So the first thing for this video is cognitive functioning and how it affects you from sleep deprivation long term. So, lack of sleep can affect things such as attention, concentration, and memory, and it impairs your ability to make sound decisions, to problem solve, and to be a creative person. And these cognitive deficits can have a negative impact on daily functions and productivity. And so I think it's really important to look at how tired you are and how long you haven't been sleeping and what are the side effects of the not sleeping, the lack of sleep. So I heard somebody ask, what do I do when my cognitive functions are not really there? I can't think, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I'm stressed out, and my life is just getting worse and worse. And so I do have some of that advice for that based on my own personal experience of having limited cognitive function at the time of my life when I was not sleeping at all, which was like over 4 years. And I was distraught. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was not in a good headspace. Um, and I couldn't do anything productive or be productive in my life, nor could I remember things. So it became really, really frustrating because I'm a very cerebral person. Everything goes through a process in my head of, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to get it done? And I like to be a very efficient person. And when I can't be that, when I'm not thinking straight, when I'm forgetting too many things, when I'm clumsy, when I'm so tired that I have no energy and I can't think straight, I have found ways to get back to being myself by not overdoing it. And so my first thing is, okay, what needs to get done and what can wait? So that is the first thing that I used to do is I would prioritize, okay, what is the most important thing? How do I take care of myself? How do I take care of my kids? And meet the needs of them while not overdoing it by not overperforming. Because I know that a lot of us, we like to feel useful. We like to feel like we're accomplishing things. And when we feel like the sleep is affecting us so badly that we can't even function as normal human beings, it can put us in a really bad place mentally. We can get depression and anxiety over those things. I know that happened to me for a while. So do smaller things. Don't try to get everything done at once. Make a list of the top things that need your attention first and knock them out one by one. Take as much time as you need. So it's like when I first had my kids, everybody would say to me, sleep when the baby sleeps, right? So this is kind of the same thing. So when you're dealing with all of these symptoms around the inability to think properly or act properly, sometimes putting more pressure on yourself to perform And making everything a priority, everything is important, is one of the worst things you could do. You're putting yourself on overload, you're already incapacitated, and you're already at a place where you cannot perform optimally. And so why try to overload yourself and add more insult to injury? So put things that are not important on the back burner. Slow down, lay down. Even if something feels like a priority, if you are that tired, laying down, sitting down, finding something to do that doesn't make you feel rushed to get it done is probably one of the best things that you can do for your fight or flight, right? Your limbic system, your nervous system. So just telling deep breaths, telling yourself like, okay, it's not important now. I'll get it done eventually. Right now, what's important is the way that I feel. And I need to sit down. I need to relax. I need to get these things off of my mind long enough to just decompress. That way, I'm not adding more pressure to the current situation of me feeling exhausted and tired. I know that many of you have jobs and many of you have timelines that you have to get things done. But if you have a conversation with your boss, if it's even possible, and let them know what's going on with you, with your inability to sleep, and just let them know that your brain is not quite working up to par right now because your sleep has been worse than normal, maybe they'll be willing to help you temporarily by helping you offload, right? Taking some of the work off of your shoulders so that you can have an easier time meeting deadlines, and just tell them you need a little bit of support in the moment until you can get restful sleep again. Find something to do that stimulates you in a positive way, something that makes your soul feel good. So, if you're overwhelmed by what's going on in your home and everything's a mess and you're taking care of the kids, feed the kids, make sure they're clean, make sure they're happy and healthy, but then forget about the house for a minute. Find something to do, read a book, watch a TV show that is lighthearted. Don't go watching anything that's going to add more stress to your sympathetic nervous system. And do puzzles, sit down, get on the floor with your kids, get on their level, and just spend that quality time and be present in that moment. Sometimes taking that focal point off of you and all the things that you have to do when you're feeling so tired is the best thing that you can do. And so just remember to ask your kids for help, ask your partner for help, ask whoever you can, call a friend. Just, I need a little bit of support right now. Is it possible that you can come help me? Just help me feel like I can focus again, and maybe just sit down and rest so that I don't have to feel so overwhelmed with what's going on. Those are just some small tips that has helped me over time. But there are other options out there. There are other choices out there. And I know that when you're not feeling your best and your brain is not functioning the way that it needs to, that life can even be more overwhelming with the current diagnosis of insomnia or whatever you're going through, anxiety or depression. So one step at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, one thing on your list at a time. Slow down, take some time for yourself, breathe, know that this is not forever. It just feels hard right now and you're going to get through it. Try to rewire those neural networks by telling yourself everything's going to be okay. It's just hard right now. Everything will be fine soon. I just have to get through this moment. And how can I get through this moment? And asking yourself that question will help you be able to move forward a little bit easier. Baby steps. So take care of yourself and be well, and look for my next video on emotional regulation and reduced emotional resilience.